y'all! Welcome back if you are a returning subscriber, and I am so happy to have you here if you are a new visitor. I say this at the beginning of every video, I feel like, but I'm really excited for today's video. So about a week and a half ago, let me rewind a bit. If you watched my last video, you'll know, like, last week was rough for me, but not because it was bad, it was just busy. The week before that was rough because it was bad. On top of everything else that was already going wrong, I got a nail in my tire. Thought, okay, I'll just go get my tire repaired. Ended up being a whole, it was a mess. And I ended up with 4 new tires. It's just big purchases like that, especially when they're unexpected, just kind of put a damper on your day. Didn't really want to spend any more money after making that big purchase. Just, it makes me feel better. No, just not spending a whole lot. And that was the week that the Disney and Colourpop collection came out, so I was really disappointed. Last week, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, I got a box in the mail, and I was like, I didn't order anything. What is this? And it turns out that my husband ordered it for me as like a surprise because I was so down in the dumps about the week before. I am still kind of speechless because he bought the entire collection. So this is what I have for you guys today. I have the entire Disney and Colourpop collection. I think minus the highlighters because those weren't part of like the bundle deal. But this is insane. The collection that I have consists of 6 of their Luxe lipsticks, there's 3 glosses, 6 Super Shock shadows, and an eyeshadow palette. Now, because this was, I don't know, just getting this in general was kind of a big deal to me because I wasn't expecting it, I went ahead and swatched everything for you guys, and I have to say I am pretty impressed so far with what I have seen. You guys know by now if I have to wear something on my lips, generally I prefer a gloss, and these glosses are just like all the other Colourpop glosses that I've tried. They're amazing. They are called Bibbidi Bobbidi and Boo, which is such a cute name. And there is 2 different kinds of pinks in a clear, it's kind of like a lip topper almost. But there are also 6 Luxe lipsticks, and this is where I have been really impressed with them. Up until this point, I had never tried one of the Luxe lipsticks, just never really got around to it. Like I said, glosses are normally my thing. But after swatching these, I feel like I need the whole Luxe collection now. All 6 of these colors are amazing. They range from, there's no really light shade, which I like. I'm not a really light lipstick kind of person. There's more of a mauve to like a deep kind of berry shade, and all of them looked amazing with just one swipe on my arm. They were so pigmented and creamy. They didn't skip. They weren't patchy. They were just gorgeous. Next up, we have 6 Super Shock shadows, and these are really where all the bright colors come in. So I feel like they're meant to complement the palette in the collection, which is a little more on the neutral side, with these really bright pops of color. And I always talk about Super Shock shadows. I love them. These, again, no exception. They kind of felt creamier than like a normal one, like a regular one that I just have in my collection. I don't know if it's because they're brand new or the formula is a little different, but these also just such a dream. Like I mentioned, there is a palette that goes with this, and these colors in the palette tend to be a little more on the neutral side. Now, there's 3 rows, 5 shades apiece. The first row is pretty much just mattes, and there's like 1 satin shade somewhere in the middle. The mattes, again, are really, I've never had a problem with Colourpop shadows, really. All of these mattes were beautiful, swatched great with just 1 swipe. Now, the next 2 rows are, I guess they're metallics, satins, glitters, like basically everything just kind of shimmery is in these next 2 rows. This is where I kind of felt like the palette could have done a little bit better. The middle row is absolutely gorgeous. Every single one of those shades just blew my mind with how pigmented they were and just like the intensity and how crisp and clean the shade goes on. Now that third row is where it kind of gets me because there's a couple of shades in that row that are more, I guess they're on the satin side. They're not like meant to be true metallic shades, and they were patchy. They didn't swatch very well. Again, it's just, finger swatches on my arm. It kind of left a little something to be desired, and overall, I kind of felt like the palette was just like the colors are gorgeous, but I don't know, I just felt like it was missing something. Those were just my first thoughts on this, just what I got from the swatches. We are going to try this today and try. We're going to try to use one of everything if we can. Hopefully we can. Let me show you the palette. Like, okay, look at the packaging. Look at this. We got Tiana in the green, you got Ariel in the purple, Belle is in this really beautiful, like, flowery outfit. Why are these colors not in this palette? There aren't too many matte shades to choose from, unfortunately, so we're gonna have to work with what we've got. So I think I'm gonna start off here with this shade called Grumpy, and we are going to blow out the shade Grumpy all up to the brow bone, into the crease. Like I said, we are going to cut it, and the reason I always blow out like the first transition shade is because you guys can tell I have like a lot of lid space, but the way that I have to cut my crease for you all to see it if my eyes are just looking straight at you doesn't leave me with a lot of brow bone space. So this way I'm kind of trying to maximize the room that I do have. I don't know. Does that even make sense? We've got Grumpy down all the way up to the brow bone, and now I think this is difficult. I think we're just gonna go into this one called Abu and try to define that cut for the cut crease with this shade. Basically, I'm going to use Abu as the way to define this cut crease before we cut it. So this darker shade is going to help guide us as we cut that crease. I went ahead, cut my crease. You guys have seen it plenty of times before, but I will have a tutorial on it coming out shortly, so it's not going to work for everybody, obviously, but I just kind of want to show you what works for me and having really deep set eyes and cutting creases. Now here are the two shades that I'm kind of debating over before we get into one of the Super Shock shadows. There's Ray and One Kiss, and these are the two right here. I'm kind of leaning towards Ray, I think. This is the shade Ray right here. These are all so gorgeous. And I think what I want to do, let me just kind of lay it out for y'all, is I want to do half with Ray, I guess, and half with one of the Super Shock shadows. I guess I'll try with my finger first because it goes on really, really nice with your fingers, but I'm gonna have to get these edges somehow. It's not gonna be with my finger. For the outer half of this cut crease, can you guys guess what shade I wanted to use from those Super Shock shadows? If you guessed Under the Sea, you'd be correct. When I swatched this one, I was just in love. It is so beautiful, And I feel like I don't use enough really bright color, you know, when I do these tutorials, so I really wanted to try this one. I guess I'll just start with my finger like I did the last time, and then I'll finish up the edges with a brush because these tend to apply the best with your finger. So I'm gonna run my finger in this shadow, and oh, look at that color. Oh, it's so beautiful. I'm gonna start packing this shade on the outer portion of this wing. Man, my finger is not good at this. I think I have better color payout right now on the tape than I do on my lid. I just can't figure out how to get this really intense without messing everything up because my finger is not meant to go in these tiny little areas. I thought the seafoam kind of green was going to be more intense, but that's okay. I kind of like it like this now, you know, that I've looked at it, because it really does give off more of like an aerial sea, ocean, you know, kind of vibe. The last thing that I want to do before I go ahead and do my face makeup is, just like in my last video, I have this e.l.f. What is this called? I don't know. But it's some e.l.f. glitter liner in seafoam, and it's more like clear with a seafoam kind of iridescence. And I want to do this along the cut just for like a little bit to kind of tie it together, because I feel like when we have the lower lash line done, it's going to need a little something extra, and I want to give this a shot. Alright, got my face makeup on, and now we're going to finish up the eyes. So first, let's go ahead, finish up the lower lash line real quick. I think all that I really want to do with it is just take the darkest shade that we used on the lid, called Abu, and run this. Which one is it right here? We really just need to balance out what's going on the lid with the lower lash line. So I've got a little pencil brush, and I'm just going to start slowly building up Abu on the lower lash line, and that way we can kind of get everything all tied together. Okay, see how well that balanced everything out? Just putting that one shade and kind of really packing it out on the lower lash line. I think we're in business. So now, brow bone, inner corner highlight. I think I want to go with the shade in the palette here, and it is this one. It's called Prince Charming. Alright, let's give this a shot. Whoa. It almost has like a slightly green shift. This is perfect. For the inner corner, let's try it wet. So I'm going to take some Fix Plus, spray this brush, then drop it. Oh my gosh, look at that wet! Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so beautiful. Since we kind of went with an aerial look anyway, let's go ahead and use her Luxe lipstick. So hers is, man, if I can get this open, hers is this really beautiful, like very light mauve color. It is so pretty. So let's try hers out. Whoa, this is so creamy and comfortable. this lipstick almost matched this look perfectly. That's sort of crazy. So next, I think, well, next is really last. I'm just going to go over the top of this lipstick with Bibbidi, which is the clear sparkly gloss. Alright y'all, lashes, mascara, we're all done. This is the finished look. I mean, I can't really begin to tell you how much I really just enjoy Colourpop products in general. I think overall this collection is awesome. I mean, just to kind of say the least. But there are some pluses and there are some minuses. I had never tried those Luxe lipsticks before, and I love them. I did kind of feel like the color wasn't exactly what I was envisioning. Kind of like it wasn't the exact color that you saw, like, you know, just twisting the tube up, but that's okay. This did. It went with everything that we were doing, so I'm okay with it. I like the gloss. I mean, I always like their glosses. Now, the Super Shock shadows, I was a little, I don't want to say disappointed, but I guess I was just a little surprised. The color that you see on my lids was what I had built up like 4 or 5 times. I don't know if it's meant to be more sheer or what, you know, I have no idea. It's an ultra metallic Super Shock shadow. So normally ultra metallics tend to perform really like with a lot of intensity, and this just didn't have that. I like how it came out. I think it worked for the look, but I was just kind of expecting a little more pigment and a little more metallic. And again, with the palette, I like it. I love the colors they chose. All of them performed really well, minus this one, Magic Carpet and Beast. Like I said, I don't like those. But if you're going to put the Disney princesses on the packaging in these bright, beautiful outfits, I don't know, I guess when I opened this, I kind of expected to see the same thing, but like, it's just kind of a disconnect to me between what you see in the palette and then what's on the packaging. Like I mentioned earlier, you do get some of those bright shades if you get the Super Shock shadows along with it, but I don't know, I just feel like there was an opportunity for so much more color in this collection, especially with the beautiful artwork that they had with this, and I don't know. I think they kind of missed the mark on that one. Not that the shades that they chose were bad. They all performed nicely. I just kind of feel like there was a huge opportunity for more big, bold, bright colors. Anyway, I am sure you guys are tired of hearing me talk. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. I was so excited to sit and film this because I was not expecting this package. So thank you to my husband, who will probably not watch this video, but thank you to him again for, you know, gifting me with this beautiful package of makeup and just, you know, making that whole week so much better. And thank you to you guys who are here every single video. I appreciate every single one of you, even if I can't get back to all of your comments. I really do try. I just, you know, real life just kind of comes and sweeps you away sometimes. But thank you all from the bottom of my heart for all of your support. And remember, if you guys do like these videos, it helps me a lot if you give them a big thumbs up. And don't forget, if you did like them, you can hit that subscribe button either down below or there'll be one right up here in this corner before y'all leave. I hope you guys are having an awesome week. I hope you have a better week than I did. Not last week, but you know, the week before that. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye y'all!